You've been assigned a room. When Artyom applied for a night job at the old hotel, he thought he'd found the perfect place. No bosses at night. Almost no guests. Silence. The hotel stood on the outskirts of town and was called the Northern Harbour. It had once been a large tourist hotel, but now half the floors were empty. During the interview, the director said something strange. "There's one rule." Artyom smiled. "What's it?" The director looked at him for a few seconds. "If a guest comes in at night and says, 'I've been assigned a room,' you must reply, 'We don't have any available rooms.' Even if we do. Even if we do. And if he insists." The director said slowly, "The main thing is, don't assign room 307. Artyom laughed, but the director didn't smile. First night. The night was quiet. A single lamp was burning in the hallway. The clock on the wall ticked too loudly. 2:11. Artyom was drinking coffee and watching a video on his phone. Suddenly, the computer turned on by itself. The screen lit up. The booking window appeared. New guest. Name, not specified. Room, 307. Artyom frowned. Very funny. He thought one of the staff members was making a joke. He pressed decline. The button didn't work. He pressed it again. The screen froze. And at that moment, the hotel door opened. First guest. A man entered the lobby. Very tall. Thin. His face was pale as paper. He approached the counter slowly and said, "I have been assigned a room." His voice was strange. Too even. Too quiet. Artyom remembered the manager's words. "Sorry, we have no rooms available." The man was silent. Then he said, "I've been assigned a room." "No vacancies." The man bowed his head, very slowly, as if his neck had been broken. "Room 307. Artyom felt a chill. He said quickly, "It's locked." The man looked at him for a long moment. Then he turned and left. The door closed. Cameras. Artyom exhaled. That's it. But a second later, he decided to check the cameras. He opened the recording and froze. The hotel door had never opened. No one had come in, but he was definitely talking to someone. Second night. The next day, Artyom told the director everything. The director turned pale. Was he tall? Yes. An old coat? Yes. The director was silent for a long time. Then he said, "If he comes again, don't talk to him more than 3 times. Why? Because by the 4th time, he's already inside." 2:32. The next night, it happened again. The computer turned on. Reservations. Room 307. And the door opened again. The same man. He approached the counter. "I have been assigned a room." Artyom immediately said, "We have no available rooms." The man was silent. Then again, "I have been assigned a room." Artyom felt a shiver run down his spine. "We have no available rooms." The man leaned closer. His face was almost against the glass counter. "I assigned a room." This was the 3rd time. Artyom was silent. He remembered the director's words. "Don't answer anymore." The man stood. A minute. 2. Then he smiled slowly and said, "Then, I'll wait." Elevator. The man turned and walked toward the elevator, but he didn't press the button. The elevator opened by itself. The doors closed. The buttons began to light up. 1, 2, 3. The elevator stopped on the 3rd floor, but the cameras didn't show him exiting. He simply disappeared. Footsteps. A few minutes later, Artyom heard a sound. Footsteps. On the 3rd floor, as if someone was walking down the hallway. Slowly, back and forth. He turned on the camera. The hallway was empty, but the sound of footsteps continued. And suddenly, one of the doors opened by itself. Room 307. Night 3. Artyom decided to check the room. During the day, with the manager, they opened the door. It was empty inside. Dust, old furniture, but there was a key card on the bed, with room number 307. The manager frowned. We changed them 5 years ago. What? They don't use those cards anymore. The last night. By the third night, Artyom was already afraid. 2:40 a.m. The computer turned on again, but now the reservation looked different. Name, Artyom. Room, 307. He began rapidly pressing keys. Delete, close, turn off. But the screen said, room prepared. At that moment, the hotel door opened, but no one entered the lobby. A few seconds later, a voice was heard from the hotel hallway. The same one. I have been assigned a room. But now the voice was coming from inside the hotel. Camera 307. Artyom turned on the cameras. A new one appeared. He'd never seen it before. Camera 307. The screen showed a room. Dark, empty. But then the camera slowly turned towards the bed, and Artyom saw himself. He was sitting on the bed, pale, with empty eyes, and he was looking straight into the camera. Finale. The next morning, the director arrived at work. The reception desk was empty. Artyom was not there, but an entry appeared in the registration log. 317. Guest name, Artyom. Room, 307. Status, checked in. Last camera recording. At 3:20, the lobby camera turned on. Artyom emerged from the elevator. He approached the reception desk.